Okay, so I guess we are live now. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock. So let's see. People are coming now. So let's wait a couple of seconds. What do you say? For those that are online, you can tell us if you hear us clearly. Let's check. Hello, good afternoon. So we have Peter, Martin. Hello, good afternoon to you.
I think we just wait a bit more.
Yeah,
just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
For those who are already attending, please, on your right, you can write to us on the chat if you can hear us clearly. Just a thumbs up will be enough.
Great, yeah.
Just wait a bit more.
Okay, then I guess we. Okay, we have. Hello, Martin. Hi.
Hello, Martin.
Okay. Can you hear us, Martin? Lawrence, also.
Yeah,
Okay,
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback.
I guess we're good to go.
Yeah, we are good to go.
All right.
So,
what we're going to discuss today. So the topic that we have today is very unusual for the topics that we usually do, right?
Sure.
Is the subject of it, like how much does the ballast weigh, right?
Sure. Before we proceed, Errol, for those, probably there are people that are attending our webinars for the first time. So, quick introduction. Here today with me is Errol, our sales from sales department,
Sure.
right? And I'm from marketing department. Today, we are very happy to have you here. We will present to you some of our solutions, and the topic is about the ballast weight, right?
Correct.
We attend a lot of exhibitions. We are all the time on phone with clients. They have a lot of questions, and one of the questions that arises always is, what about the ballast weight, right?
Yeah, it's the most common question that is made. Like I've been with the company almost 5 years. Ilona almost the same or even more than me, and we've been hearing a lot of clients, like Ilona mentioned, on fairs, different fairs that we've been attending everywhere in Europe, even outside of Europe, even in the USA, especially for those who are new. Whenever they see for the first time, they see our structure. The first thing that will come to mind is is concrete. How much does it weigh, right?
Sure.
So I guess that's the most common question that has been done to all our staff whenever they spoke with clients. So for that, we will answer you today with this webinar. We'll explain a few details, a few cases together with Ilona that includes all our systems that we have, and the detail, the specific of them, we'll tell them slowly, and we'll see how much about it.
True. And let's go on with the slides. Okay. Just a second.
Yeah, so fix this.
Change. It's not cooperating. Okay. So why the roof load is important?
Yeah, of course. As for those of you who already have received quotes or projects from Sun Ballasts, you already know that our sales guys always will ask you specific questions before they put it to work, right? Before you receive the technical report from us or receive the quote, there are a few questions that they ask, like the address, the roof, the height of the building, all this. For us, it's very crucial to know this thing in order to give you a proper proper detailed technical report, right? So to know these things, we have to know, of course, the roof typology. If it's like membrane, if it's grass, if it's on the ground. And for those of client that they come for the first time and they do not provide this address, it's very hard for us to give everything. So why is important the weight on the weight of the ballast is for two reasons mainly. The first reason is building safety.
Yeah.
I do mean with building safety, we know that placing the ballast on top of the roof, for those of you who sent the project and you did not send us the load capacity that roof can hold, we cannot do other calculation, right? So for us, the building safety or knowing the parameters of the roof, knowing that how much that roof can withstand as load, it would make our job easier in order for us to provide you a solution or give you a ballast that we have on our range. And the second thing,
Yeah, exactly. So it's the wind resistance. So
right,
in the first time, it's the building safety, right?
Right.
So it should be calculated based on what the maximum weight of the ballast that we can add on the building is referred by the client.
yes, and all the parameters actually, not only what can withstand, but even the height of it, even the height of the parapets, all of these, there are parameters that we need to know in order for us to do proper calculations.
Exactly. And about the wind resistance is about the plant, not the building anymore.
Yeah.
So it's for the PV plant that should be resistant based on the address of the installation and all the information that you just mentioned.
Exactly. The wind resistance actually depends on a lot of factors, depending on the area where are you installing, right? If you are on north, if you are on south, depending on the category of wind exposure that is in that area. So for us, when we get the details of a proper address, we know exactly, or our technician knows exactly what is the minimum speed reference in that area. So for that, we will suggest you the type of ballast that we can place or the additional accessories that can go with it.
Exactly. So to sum up, the roof load is very important for two reasons. One, the building safety, because we should take care of the building in order to not overload based on the information that we receive, and wind resistance because based on all the information they share with us, it should be resistant. Okay.
Correct. That includes also the wind speed, or also the snow load. Right? For the Nordic countries that has like a really high snow load area, of course we would need to take the measurements and adding additional systems that we have, like the no flags or other accessories that we use or we introduced you guys in previous webinars.
Yeah, even I want to mention for probably those that are new with Sun Ballasts, our ballast is not fixed on the roof.
Correct.
So that's another reason that we have to do all this phase of design in order to find the best solution for your case.
Correct. I wanna add something, Elo, if you allow me, actually, because we have different type of system out there, right?
Sure, yeah.
It's not only some ballast, it's different types with profiles, with aluminum, there are steel, there are concrete, different even plastic, right?
Yeah, true.
So all of them, I'm not saying only some ballast, but all of them, they will provide you calculation in order to do a proper technical report, right?
Yeah.
So what makes Sun Ballast a bit advanced is only the shape of it. The Sun Ballast itself will play double role. As a support for your panel, will play the role of the ballast as well, so a counterweight. So if you use a random system which has profiles on aluminum or other stuff, you're gonna have to definitely use a concrete, right? You have to use additional weight, other ballasts that you have to place on top of it in order to increase the wind resistance of the system and to go with the parameters for the safety of the building.
Yeah, exactly. That's the difference with us. There is no need to use double. You just use the ballast and it has two functions. Okay, I guess we are good to go with the next slide. Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. So
modulability, like what do we mean by this? Modulability is that some ballast products are created for a reason to go on certain types of roofs, right?
Yeah.
They can go on a membrane roof, they can go on a gravel roof, they can go on a green roof, they can be placed on the ground as well. So some ballasts provide you a big range of products which go again go with all the typologies of the buildings that are in there. So for that, we have a different characteristics of the ballast, different accessories that we can use with specific system that we have.
True. So in fact, I like to mention all the time that the ballast has been designed from installers, help all the installers. So they saw all the problems, they saw all type of roofs, and being in contact all the time with the professionals of the PVA sector helped us find a solution for any case.
Correct.
So that's why we came up with a lot of systems, okay? And based on the information that the clients always provide with us, we choose which one is the most suitable one, right? So we have the main systems that are the Connect system, the East-West, sorry, the seal system, and the single row system. So these are only the base. We have even other systems that we have been designing lately to come up with solutions for large panels.
So each of these systems is designed specifically for different types of issues that installers have on the roof, yeah, right? Exactly. That could be weight, that could be space. Wind resistance, could be the space, could be the obstacles of the roof, like, yeah, exactly. So each of them is created for this specific reason, sure, right? So you don't see only a shape, like a L-shaped ballast. You see something that is being created, is being tested. And
yeah,
we know that all our ballasts are tested on wind tunnels, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you receive a product from us, like Sun Ballasts generally does not sell ballasts. We are not manufacturer for concrete structure. We sell systems. We always tell that to our clients, right? You have a problem, we give you a solution for it. Sun Ballasts will be there, and every year we come up actually with different type of systems to help those in need. Yeah.
Based on the market, on the trends on the market, we are always, our research and development team is always looking for new solutions. And as we were saying, these are the systems, and we can say that we have now we count more than 40 models, right?
Yeah, 40 models in house, which with several production sites.
True.
Now, not only in Italy, but we have expanded, yeah, in all Europe with different distributors, with different manufacturers. Also, we went now for 2 years. We are visible even in the USA.
USA, yeah.
So of course we are aiming and looking always for different partners, different distributors to help them to have our product as close as possible. So moving forward, me and Ilona will explain together a few cases. From these cases, actually, they are from our clients. So we took specific systems and what was the issue, what was the solution for it, right? So Ilona now will share the slide of the case study 1.
Yeah. So we have this this plant, this PV system. It's in Germany,
correct,
right? So the building type is, as you can see, it's an industrial shed.
Yeah.
The power of this plant is 175 kilowatt. You can see the panel dimensions are those are standard ones.
Right.
And we came up with the Connect system 15 degree in this case. as a solution.
Yeah.
We'll see now why we chose Connect 15 degree, right? So let's move on. Harold, can you explain to us what was the client's goal in this?
Actually, the 15 degree was something that he chose, the client chose. I mean, our Connect comes with different inclination. So Connect 15 degree was something that he wanted a 15 degree solution. He didn't want a Connect, right? He didn't know that we have a Connect, we have a single roll on 15 degrees. So he said, I want a 15 degree ballast, which can, I have this issue with the roof, which what he wanted to achieve is to comply with the capacity load capacity limits on the roof, right? To reduce and to distribute all the ballast equally, and to achieve a system that is very high wind resistant.
So he wanted to achieve this high wind resistance based on the location, I guess, and yet he wanted to comply with the limit that he had on roof, right?
So the first solution, when we hear 15, we don't go directly on the system, but we say we have a 15 degree, which is the single roll ballast, which is a bit heavier than the Connect 15 that we have. And knowing that it's very common, it's very used as well, we suggested that. And then the second question came that was, I want to have a high wind resistant ballast, which is, I want to be all interconnected together. I want to be linked. So for me, it's easier. So our sales guy, which works in Germany, they suggested him 15 Connect. And actually, this was his first purchase with our product, that was directly Connect 15 suggested by us. So what we offered to him was system Connect 15 degrees, which is connected all together, as you can see on the picture, all connected together. So the Connect includes 3 types of ballast, which is the frontal one, the smallest ballast that is on this area. You guys can see when I'm pointing. It is the central ballast, which the central ballast plays the role of connecting all the panels, and you can add as much space you have, or as much as panels you want to place, right? You play only with the central ballast, and you can add more panels. And if you want to close it in the end, you can use the end ballast that we have. You can see it's almost similar as the central one, a bit wider, a bit heavier. It is just turned from the other side. So what was the advantages of using this type of system was that he achieved what he asked, right? So we got a 19.5 kilogram per square meter, right?
Including the panel.
Correct. So that includes the ballast plus the panel. The panels could go 25, 26, since it's a standard panel, as Ilona mentioned. 25, 26 could be 22 kilograms, depending on the cells that they have. With that, his capacity, I think, was like 25, 26 could go. And Connect, we know that goes up to 25, right? So depending where you are installing, maximum that we can go is 25, 26. So whenever our technician finished the installation, when we did the technical report for them, we saw that the weight came 19 kilograms, which is acceptable, I guess, for any type of roof that is in there.
Okay, for this kind of roofs, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can see even in the picture, you see here that the weight is all distributed in the roof.
Right. So Connect has this advantage that the distance from panel to panel actually is fixed, right? Yeah. You cannot play with it if you wanna move your panel on the back a bit further, because central ballast will play the role of the distance, right, from a panel to another one. So for that, considering the installation where it's done in the area, where was it? Connect was a perfect solution, and respecting the parameters of the area, so like this will not have any problem with scaling or anything.
Managed to stay low on the weight per meter, and we also
distributed equally in all the roofs. So being a Connect system, as we mentioned at the beginning, it's all connected together, and that system is well known for its resistance, right? Sure. So it's very high wind resistant. In the beginning, it meant the lattice structure, right? That means that it's all connected together. So there is no, like comparing to our single row panel, that you have to split the panels. With Connect, it's all
together. Exactly. So this is the best solution in case you want to have a high wind resistant system.
With less load on the roof and distributed weight.
Exactly. Good. So I have a question here, in fact, that I'd like to read. Okay, so it's here. There's a question. Okay, so the question is, the 19.5 kilogram per square meter is only weight concrete without weight of panel. And in fact, we just mentioned that. Exactly. So it's the ballast plus panel. So it's always considered, right?
Well, considering that I know Martin personally,
yeah,
and I know that he uses this type of system. Yeah, he's been using 15 connect. Martin, just to explain once again, that 19.5, it was the weight ballast plus panel. Right? In this specific project we are talking, right? It's not that it's going to come always 19.5, depending, as I mentioned, depending on where are you installing, the wind load that you have in that area, and then we can give you the calculation for the weight, how much it would be.
But for the case, it was the perfect solution because the client, for those probably that came late, in this case, the client had some limits on the roof and had to put less weight.
Yeah, correct. So what he received from our technical department was this layout, right?
Yeah.
Like when you see it for the first time, you just see like panel placed in there, but you need to know that it's very detailed. It's done from our technician, and in here it's mentioned everything, the coefficient of pressure on each area. Consider if we have the parapet on your building, we'll tell you how much is the CP on each side of the roof, right? Elona zoomed now, and now we'll see more clearly. Even the ballast that they are placed in there, they have different colors. So like this, you can easily, if you are installing for the first time, you can easily notice which is the frontal, the central, or the terminal one. This black dot that you see on the side, for us, these are the accessory of additional weight that we add always on the central ballast.
Sure.
The additional weight comes with a weight of 30 kilograms, yeah. Right? So on the side, you will have a legend, which will always be written in there, which type of ballast is used, which type of accessory it is in there. So this layout that you will receive always whenever you have a project with us.
So it is included in all our technical
documents.
You will receive it, and as you mentioned, for installers, it's very useful because they just say it and they can do the installation.
You can print it, you can use it on your iPad, you can get it with your laptop if you are on the roof, you can just check it, you zoom out. A lot of installers, they just print it, they have it with A4 papers, and they can just like tell to other guys where to place and to align the ballast. Alignment will be the first thing of doing, and then you can place the panel. So yeah, moving forward, we will see that not only a layout done with CAD drawing from our technician, but if you already know, we have the software.
The design tool, in our website.
The design tool, which it's called InSun. And in there, you can do the project by your own, right? Registering it, you can do the project as you want with the layout you want for your roof. What that software will provide you, it's written in there because you have a 3D view of all the projects, so you can zoom in, you can check exactly, you can go even closer to the panel, you can check the lower part of the panel or the upper part of it, you can go and check also the ballast in details in there. What InSun will provide you is also the shading during the time, right? So how much your system, your whole plant will generate during the day.
Okay.
So it's very useful, and you can also share it with us in order to verify.
Yeah. So if you have the project, you have the idea, you have done it in our software, you just need to share with our technician. They will do all the verifications if needed, and then we will provide you with the final technical report with all the calculations. So to mention again, we added even the extra blocks.
Yeah.
The U-shaped one that you mentioned are 30 kilos, right?
Not shape blocks can be added if it's necessary, right? It's not that a lot of people, whenever they receive a project from us, they have to do the cost with their engineers, right, in the area. If it's a project that is a tender or is that need to go through a lot of steps to be verified. Some ballasts will verify by their own that considering the area where you are installing, doing loads are supported by our ballast. But there are static engineers which they go in there, they take our project, they have to verify it with all these steps that we need to go through. And sometimes they might come and they might say, I know it's confirmed or it's verified from you, but for me, since I have more limit on the roof, I would like to add a bit of additional weight or depending on that, if they confirm. We confirm with our own, their stats engineer, they can add or remove weights.
So based on the location, based on the information that they have, based on all the calculations that they have done. Okay, then I guess we are done with this case study.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, so feel free to ask. We will answer to you shortly. So, and we can proceed. A question. How many panels per row can we go?
Yes, this is a question that our technicians often, we do not explain it whenever we send the technical report, but we have a distance of 20 meters that we can go with a panel before adding a space between them. Yeah. So if we can go up to 20, if it's more than 20, we have to divide it and create another row. This is for our safety whenever we do it. These are what we've gotten from our technical director, that these are what we should follow. So every 20 meters you should have a space.
Yeah, for rows. And how many rows we can continue? Because there are no limits.
There are no limits, depending on how big is your roof, right?
Okay, great. So we cleared you on this question, and we can move on to the next case study. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we have this second case study. So it's about the space management and functional loading.
Correct.
So the location is in Italy, Alpignano. As you see, it's near the mountains. It's even this one, it's an industrial shelf, 93 kilowatt hour. The panel dimensions it standard as the first case. And we came up with sales system 11 degree in this case. We will see now why, which was the client goal, Errol, if you can.
When we received this project, just from the view, from the picture you guys see, you see that in there are few obstacles on the roof, right?
No, few, I can say.
Yeah, I mean, all this, for those of you who want to generate more power, right, to place them on and to have to use all the space that is available in there, we suggested to go with the sales system. Could have gone with 5 degrees, could have gone with 11 degrees or 10 degrees. Now we have the sale 10 degrees, right? That is on still. This was done with sale 11, but now we have even the sale 10 degrees. So the client's first thing was, I want a 10-degree inclination. In that time that we did this installation, we did not have the 10 sale. So we suggested him to use the 11, which does not make any big difference, 10 or 11 degrees. 11 degrees was on our house. We used to sell it a lot, and why not? We suggested to go with 11. So the first thing that he wanted is, I have an optimized space. I want to place as much panels as possible.
Yeah, in fact, they had an established tower that they had to achieve.
Correct.
So we had to put as many panels as possible in order to achieve that the power that the client was asking for.
Especially the area where it was done, or the building itself, the industrial building, could hold a lot of weight. But for us, it's not an issue how many weight we can add on it, because the client said that it can withstand up to 50, up to 60 kilograms for this. So for us, was something that more important was to take all the space that was available and place as much panels as possible. So we came up with the 11-degree solution, the ballast, which that will have disadvantages, right? So there was no space between the panel. In conic, you have a fixed space. In single row, you have to follow up a space.
Should avoid.
Correct, for shading. Sales system is created for this reason because the first panel and the second panel, they're next to each other, but the second panel is higher, right? So like this, you won't have any problem with the shading anymore. With 11, we are able to go up to 3 ballasts. So after our technician got the measurement of the roof, the dimension that they had, including the obstacle that were in there, we saw that we could manage to place the 3 ballasts of sales system and place the number of panels that the client wanted. So
yeah, true.
space optimization was done from us. We selected the system for the client that could be happy, and then we were waiting for how much load it will go. But since the client told us that the load was not an issue, we
see that they wanted to add because they had.
Correct. So that's where I want to go now, right? Because apart from the sale that the ballast is a bit heavier than the conic system that we saw previously, we had to use also the other accessories that we have, which we call it cabling, right?
So we have used cabling in this system. So we have here the system.
Yeah, this is just the general view of the 11 with 3 ballasts. As you can see, the ballast is 61 kilogram. So is the heaviest one that they have. This the 11.3. The first one would go up to 39 and 40. A panel that was the weight was 22 kilogram, and the kilogram per square meter 133, which was very light considering what we had. So what the client said was like, I want to add more, right? I want to be more safe, even though we confirmed it with how the client wanted to add more additional weight.
Yeah, he wanted to go around, I guess, 70, 80 kilogram.
Yeah, he wanted to go really heavy on it, of course, respecting the load on the roof. And there were 2 ways that we could do it, right? Sometimes we could add additional ballast, or we could add accessories. We could add the U-blocks, we could add the cable wind. Cable wind was a solution that fit perfectly, especially with this type of system. So in the project that he received, as you can see in here, as you can see, there are a lot of space between one system to the other one and to the other one because of the obstacles that they were on the roof, and they had quite a big distance from another. You would see that additional weight has been used, but not on the ballast. Additional weight has been used on the cable wind, right? So for those of you who does not know what cable wind is, as you can see on this picture on the left, the cable wind is the accessory that we provide that includes a bracket and the weight that is made of concrete.
Right.
The bracket itself goes on the back of the ballast and is already, you can connect it with the back of the ballast that has already the bushing inside, right? So for you don't need to do any drilling or to modify the ballast.
Nothing to drill.
Correct. So for each ballast, you need one bracket, and then we'll provide you the cable wind itself, which is the concrete base. That comes in 3 dimensions, right? So it's 160. There is a 90 for the vertical course, and it's the 180 for the large panel, and we have a 2.3 above. Right, so
it has 2 functions, right?
Correct.
Not only extra weight.
Correct. It will serve also as a cable management, right? So in order for you to avoid buying rails outside, you can easily. You're definitely going to use rails whenever you're going to do the final installation, electrical part, right? But whenever you have this system, the cables of the panels can go through the cabling, which has already holes on it in order not to prevent even the water to stay. So this is the double role it has. And you can place also the additional weight on top of it. Without the additional weight, you will not touch the surface of the roof, so you will not need to add any membranes under to protect the roof material.
And it is not fixed, you just position it on top of the...
Yes, I mentioned again that nothing from our structures or systems or accessories that we provide, we do not fix it on the roof. We do not drill it. We do not modify. We leave it as it is because they are created for this specific reason.
Sure. So we have another question. So it's Martin, what is the minimum spacing between two rows of a 10-degree sail system? Do you also have a 15-degree sails?
So with the minimum spacing between sails system from panel to panel, there is no space, right? So when it's 2 millimeters, like usually it's 2 millimeters from panel to panel, depending on the frame and the frame of it, right? So if you wanna do the space from, if you add 3 ballasts and then you have to add another one, I guess this is what Martin is mentioning.
Yeah.
You could go over 1.2 meters in order to, because the third ballast is always the highest one and it will create a lot of shading. So you could go 1 to 1.2 meters. We suggest 1.2 meters. If we have a 15 sail, hello, I don't know about it.
Say that. So we don't have a 15-degree sail system.
But we have the 10, right? So we have the 10, which 10 degrees, I guess, is the most common inclination out there.
True.
And it's the same as the 11, different weights. And the only difference is that you can use the 10 on vertical, right?
Yeah.
So the 11 you could not use unless you use it as a single ballast, not as a full system. It was done only for horizontal posts. But the 10 degrees that we launched lately, you can use it also on a vertical post.
And for those who don't know, we have the sail system in 5-degree also.
Correct.
Yeah, and it goes up to 6 consecutive rows.
The same idea, the same, like they go higher, but they have like 6 consecutive rows on horizontal, also on vertical.
On vertical, yeah. For the panels of standard dimensions, then we have to check. Okay, then I guess we are good to go. We can see even here the 3D version done in our.
Of course, our software will provide the capacity. It will provide all the generated power during the day and the shading. But in here, there was not the problem of shading from panel to panel because the distance from one part to the other one was quite far. Shading was not a problem, unless an issue would have been unless this project would have had really high parapets, right? But as you see on the picture, there was not a really high parapet. It was very small and it was not affecting at all.
And to mention even this, the advantage of the sail system or of the ballast that are part of the sail system is that you can use them even as a single row system.
Yeah, for those buildings who have really high parapets, you could use always the highest ballast that comes with the 11, with the 10, with the 5 degrees that we have it on sale, and you could use it single row.
Yeah, we have a lot of clients that use it on green roofs. They want to go higher.
So yeah, for those who want to use even the space that is under the panel, they always choose, especially Austria, Switzerland, these countries that they have a lot of green roofs. They use the high ballast, the 11.2 or the 11.3,
the 10,
the 5.6, which is the highest one.
Exactly. Okay, then I guess we are good to go for this case study. As we mentioned, the client had not a lot of available space on the roof.
Yeah, correct.
He had to achieve fixed power for this plant, and it needed to be also.
I highly doubt that you could use another system. Like with the space that we had to add more panels than we did. You probably could go with the same quantity if you want to make the profiles higher and place more, but that would bring you to have more distance from panel to panel because the shading would be very high. So I think we generated we reached what the client wanted, the power that he wanted. The system came up really good. Was amazing. Was done very quick. The installers were really happy.
Very happy. I can imagine.
I mean, there was cabling for them. I mean, they used our system before. Cabling was the first time they were using, and after explaining to them how to use it, simple steps was really easy.
Yeah, exactly. And what is important to mention, Harold, is that the client should always communicate all these limitations, all these requirements in first phase, right?
Right, because I know everyone is in a rush. Probably you're busy, you're doing something else, you are on top of the roof, you are installing, and you want to do a project as soon as possible. Your end client is rushing you on finishing. Our guys probably sometimes can be annoying asking all these questions, right? But for us, it's very important to have in order to provide you all the calculations.
Exactly. So make sure to give all the details.
Yeah.
In order to get the best result, as in this case. So to move on, I guess we can go with the third case study. And what we managed to do in this case is balance between load, space, and resistance.
Correct.
In this case was 3-in-1. So we have, it's still a project in Italy, Rosolina City. It was a healthcare facility. They had to achieve a power of 260 kilowatt. The panel dimensions remain the standard even in this case, and we suggested the east-west 10-degree system.
Correct.
Why east-west system, Errol? What was the client goal?
So whenever when we first received the roof, we knew that we could place even more panels that they wanted, right? We could generate more power in it. But the client itself wanted some specific details. First of all, the layout that the installer provided us, it was done from their designers and out there. Well, when they sent it over, they said we want to keep some space between one system to the other one. Why? Because of knowing that it's an east-west orientation, you will not have space between the panels. So in order for you to, in case the panel will get damaged, or in case you'd like to do the cleaning properly, we said that east-west, you can place as much more panels next to each other, but also if you can leave space in order for people to pass by. So what this client wanted to achieve with this system is to have use as much more space available to achieve the high wind the resistance of the wind that was in the area, and to optimize the available space.
Perfect. So here we can see even the distribution of the weight.
So east-west is for, I mean, everyone knows that east-west system is done with our single roll ballast, right? Very simple, just placing a ballast back to each other. You can have a east-west orientation. That could be regular east-west, could be even butterfly, right? Some panels from below going up, depending on the request that we get. With east-west, the installation is, I might say, it's very easy. And for me personally, for the countries that I work, I suggest always east-west orientation, because it's from the shape, it's like aerodynamic, right?
Yeah.
It will not have any issue with it, even if there are like really like heavy winds, or I don't know, like some factory that might happen in the area.
To use extra accessories in this case, being the...
I might say with 95% of the cases, no. I mean, there are specific requests whenever we might be able to add here and there some additional weight, but majority of the cases we do not. We use only the ballast, and that's it. So we saw
probably in any case.
Yeah, it could be, especially those who are near to the sea.
Like Croatia.
Correct. Croatia, especially a lot. They are all the installation. They are next to the seaside. They prefer to use double ballast, or they could add additional weight on it. So what we achieved with it was using, even though the ballast itself is 60 kilogram, and the panel was around,
standard 20, 22. Something like that.
We achieved the maximum load per kilogram was 30, which was not an issue. Of course,
but it's not too much.
Yeah, and we were able to leave a lot of space, right? even though, as I mentioned at the beginning, we could have added even more panels, and if they wanted to leave some space, and we managed with east-west orientation. Even when you see it like this, it doesn't look like very versatile like this, but even when it is west, you can add or remove panels, right? Yeah, in case there is any obstacles, let's say in this picture on the middle, you could remove the panel on the center and continue again with the road. That will not be an issue at all. And from the shape itself, of course, it's very resistant to the heavy winds.
Yeah, in this case, we use 10-degree, but we can even use less.
Yes, I mean, we would not suggest for higher than that. Very specific cases, they go on 15 is plus, but the main inclination is 10 degrees, and then they go lower than that. You could go with 5 degrees, you would go with 3 degrees. Yeah.
So as we can see, even in the design done from our technician, there are no accessories here, just double ballast, reinforced ballast.
Yeah, just two areas. Yeah.
Here, that probably it's more exposed to wind.
Correct. That was the whole purpose. Like whenever we wanted to share this picture with you, that you could see that there is no additional ballast or anything, just some just some reinforced ballast in the area they are more exposed. And as you can see, it's like quite large installation. Yeah, it's very clean and neat. You have a lot of space to do a lot of things for maintenance. You could go for cleaning. You could move easily.
You see, 3-4 panels. It does not create any problem with the maintenance operation.
Of course, now you can see a picture on the left, which was after it was installed already. And
you mentioned obstacles, you see, and we can see them better here. You see, you can interrupt
the small vents, the small everything that could be on the roof. You could just interrupt the installation in there, remove the panel, continue with another one. Yeah, which I guess is a very clean and very nice installation done.
During your example, or you can stay here and do even the maintenance, the cleaning of the panels. So I guess even the inclination was chosen for maintenance issues to keep the panels clean during all the time of the year. Okay, so we have even the 3D version here that has been done with the design tool.
Every project that we've done with Sun Ballasts, our technicians are able to provide it to you also on our software, or if you are able, you can do it even by your own.
Exactly. So to move, now we saw these 3 cases. Now we can talk a little bit for our technical assistance. So what we have been talking right now during this webinar, but we can say a couple of words more for the 360-degree technical assistance from Sun Ballast.
Correct. So our technical report mainly whenever you ask for a project from us, you will receive the technical report. What that technical report will include are the technical drawing of the system, which I showed to you, like the layout that was in there. You will have the BOM, the bill of material, which will include the number of the ballast, the number of accessories that goes with it, a phone support and on-site support if it's necessary. So especially for a big project and all this that they want to confirm it, they want to have that, we might be able to even
in fact, I'd like to mention, because there are cases when the client goes to the installation site and they find surprises. I can say, for example, there is a space that was not considered at the first place, as for example, it says 2 meters, but it's not 2 meters. So they have to be all the time in contact with us, and there are cases that we do verifications, we do revisions, right?
Correct.
Even during the installation.
Apart from that, you get the size and calculation. What that means is like you will have all the ballast, including the dimension, the weight, the number of ballast that goes on the pallet. Everything is mentioned in there. And of course, the technical report, which is confirmed by our technician, they will verify it for you in order for you to proceed further without any issue, right? You will not be worried if I have placed less ballast or I placed too many ballast. Our technician will be there for you, even when we do the project and send it over. Even after it, when you are on the phase of installation, you can always contact us by phone, by mails, even on WhatsApp, and we are we are available. Or you can write on our socials, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. On our webpage, you have also the chat, which is the fastest and the easiest way whenever you open the webpage, and we will be there for you to assist you.
And the technical reporting, this is all the wind load calculation.
Right. Wind load calculation, there will be the sizing calculation, as I mentioned. What else is mentioned? The static, of course. The wind loads, of course, we will provide you even that in case, but for that we will need always the installation manual of the panel to see if it complies with the area where is it and how much Pascal it needs for the panel to do that. And after receiving that, we are able to tell you if you want to add more ballast or additional like no flex or anything else so for that area that have a really small load can support.
Yeah, and you also get even the assembly instructions for the system.
You can easily download them even on our website. Just go in there and you have everything.
And the technical data sheet.
Technical data sheet of the ballast. And of course, you get even the offer for that, right?
Yeah.
You get the offer, includes everything that was on BOM with the transport cost to your site. Always to your site. You can choose to your site or to your warehouse, or you can choose to take your own transport company and pick it up from our warehouses.
Exactly. So we have more than 20 technicians, I can say now, that do this job all the day, and we assure you that they give you the best solution for the case, as we saw in these 3 cases together, right?
Yeah, I guess this was what we prepared for you today. I guess there will not be another webinar on this year. I don't know. You tell me you are marketing.
Deciding, we will see in the next technical report. What's more in detail, a technical report.
Okay.
I don't know if on December, but sure, on January, yes, we will see that.
If not, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas to all of you. I mean, majority of you I'll be in contact for sure, and they will write to me. I mean, I see there are a lot of distributors, there are a lot of installer, nice people with whom a few of them I met them personally. So yeah, thank you very much.
If you would like to share any installation that you have done with our system, right? There are clients.
Yeah, you can use Ilona's mail in here, marketing with Sun Ballasts.
So we can use them as case studies, as we just saw with these 3 plans. So feel free to send everything to us, and we will make sure to publish them in our website. We have a page dedicated to that. So thank you for your time, and until next time.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.